What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my quick review of the Cheerson CX-31. Now, a quick review is exactly that, a quick review. I decided that since I'll be getting a lot of these things pretty fast, just to do a quick review to let you know give you a better idea if you want to pull the trigger on one of them or not. This is the Cheerson CX-31. Basically, you're going to see flight footage from it from the morning fixes and the other flight footage that I have of it. So the quick review is going to come somewhere after the morning fix or after some flight footage. So again, this is the Cheerson CX-31. It's the size of a micro, actually. This is a micro here, the closest one I had to me. So you can see the size comparison. Let me try to get something that you guys are more familiar with. This is the 3015 by Jun Cheng. So you can see it's pretty much a micro. The motor pods are a little closer together, but the overall size is the same. Comparison with the Cyma X11C. So yeah, this thing flies pretty good. It hovers pretty well. It's pretty stable. It has headless mode on it and one key return. I haven't been able to get the one key return to work on it yet. So with the detailed review, hopefully I'll be done figured out how to do the one key return on here. But I have figured out, well, the headless mode is pretty easy. You press this button here to activate headless mode, and when you activate headless, the lights flash on it and it automatically starts to yaw. So this thing starts to yaw on its own when it goes into headless, and you can control it. It sets the headless mode from the direction that the quad is facing when you activate the headless mode. So the headless mode works pretty well, but then again, when you activate headless with this thing, the pitch goes to a crawl. It really doesn't pitch that much when you have it in headless. So it's pretty docile when you have this in headless. I think this is more so a better quad to be flown indoors because this quad is really sensitive to wind. The wind can push it around a lot because of all this surface area here on the front. It has nice rubber landing feet on the bottom. The rubber landing feet are pretty nice. You can see this thing bounces around. However, the little rubber landing feet can actually come off during a crash if you drop it, or if it hits the ground pretty hard, moving in a direction. One of the landing rubber feet will probably come off. I did damage a motor with this thing. It fell. I don't know how it fell. Maybe I have it fell in my garage, in my storage area. So I'm guessing something, it probably hit one of the kids' bikes or something. Something had to be protruding to bend the post on the motor, because this thing actually, the motors are pretty well protected, you know, from all around. It's like a housing / prop guard on this thing. Even the top, like when you fly this thing and hit the ceiling, the head hits the ceiling. The top of this canopy hits the ceiling, and you don't touch, the motors don't touch. So yeah, it's a pretty nice quad. I really like it so far. The lights are good for orientation because this whole front of the quad lights up a different color than the back, as you guys probably saw already. It doesn't have an on and off switch. It's just a plug you have to plug in on it. Once you plug it in, you got to go right to flying. It actually takes a large battery. It takes the 500 milliamp hour batteries, and you just slide it in sideways there. I haven't really tried to see if it flies well with a regular size battery. Well, smaller batteries like 250 milliamp hour or 300 milliamp hour, but it should fly because it's basically just a micro. But it'll fly pretty short, I'm pretty sure, because the 500 milliamp hour battery really doesn't last that long with this. It gives you about a 6-minute flight with it. So yeah, this is the Cheerson CX-31. It flips, it loses altitude on the flips, but it does flip well if you turn the throttle up a little. Give it a little throttle and do the flip before the flip, and you should be fine. It won't lose any altitude. I have taken this thing apart, and it looks like no other board can be swapped out in here except for maybe a micro or maybe the Cheerson 3015 can probably the flight board can probably fit in here because it's a weird shape. It's actually a plus shaped board in here, and so this little space right here can be occupied by the 3015, I was thinking. And I'm only giving you that information for you modders out there who probably want to switch the flight board in here like I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about putting a flight board in here to make this thing more dynamic or whatever, because Cheerson actually has this thing, seems dialed down because it doesn't pitch really hard with the stock controller. The stock controller just has it pitching just enough to move forward. It doesn't really pitch hard, so you can't do really tight funnels with it. The yaw isn't really fast. The yaw's kind of slow. So you can pitch fly it though, but I think with a quad like this, it should be able to yaw fast. Now this is one of the few quads that I think should be able to yaw really fast, being as though it's supposed to be a UFO. It looks really cool when you're flying it because you can hardly even see the propellers in the middle because it's all white. When they're spinning, it just, and they're kind of fat, it just looks like a white circle in all of the spots, so you don't see that they're actually props turning. So pretty cool. This thing also comes in metallic silver. So yeah, that's all I'm going to give you right now on it. It's the Cheerson CX-31. Quick review. Thanks for watching.